So Brighton 0, Asna 3. We are top of the league. 7 to go. 7 to go. We played with 9 men today, but we got the job done. The 2 City rejects absolutely stunk the gaff out. Despite winning a penalty, he was awful. And the Bart Simpson lookalike at left back, nah, mate. The 2 Chelsea rejects, however, combining beautifully for a second goal. And 29 is now up to 9 league goals this season. Super Mick has unlocked him. We look so much better in the second half, especially with the subs. But listen, all in all, they had 2 shots on target. They're awful, man. That was their first loss at the Amex since August. Kind of sums up the rest of the league, really, didn't it? But Matty, sub to Southern Guna, Matty. It'll be in the title if I can squeeze it in. If not, it's in description. But yeah, man, we were on the watch along. We were having kittens until the second goal went in. What did you make of that for the people watching, man?
Bro, it's only 2 takeaways, man. There's a couple. I'll tell you what. There's a few of them. I'll start. I'll work my way back. I'll work my way backwards. You look at that's the wifey that messaged me away, boy. But that you start from the beginning. We go and you see exactly what Arteta does. He goes right back to what has caused us trouble over the years. Zinchenko, left back. As of late, Jesus not performing. Yeah, he got the penalty. I know that's going to be in the chat. Well, he got the penalty. If he was not on the pitch, you know. But outside of that, Lee, what did we see? What else did we see from him? More of what we saw against City. A bunch of nothing. Soon as those 2 come off, it opens up. It's just like the sun, the clouds parted, the sun came out, and it was just champagne football. It was back to what we saw at the beginning, at the turn of the year. For us to be successful the next 7 games, Lee, for us to be in games the next 7 games, for the sake of this team, for the sake of that defense, he cannot play Zinchenko anymore this year. Not starting, Lee. Because if he continues to do that, it exposes that side of the pitch. Well, you had stepped away there for a second to go to the restroom. Me and Ola was just sitting there looking at how every time they tried to even go over there after Tomiyasu came on, every gate was blocked. Everything was done because they all are in sync at the back. They are in sync. Now, people are going to look past this because we won the game. I'm thrilled. I'm excited. We're at the top. It's on the City. But let's not act like we don't have some frailties these last 7 games that can be exploited. That right there was Zinchenko today, 25 yards off the ball, not paying attention, not looking behind him. There's a couple of times there, if that's Sane, if that's Davis, if that's somebody else, if that's Musiala, if that's
Kingsley Coman, like that.
Rashford, if that's anybody else.
Look at the one where he was waiting for the ball.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That right there.
All of a sudden, Kane's now running into the box. They've got Gnabry over the other side, for example. Like Musiala,
and then you putting yourself
coming in from deep.
Yeah. The defense, they've got something working. They don't need. Let me put this in perspective a little. Let's go back a little further. You remember? I think the last game he started before he went on that period where he was not in I think it was Liverpool. Was it Liverpool? If I can remember correctly, I think it was Liverpool, and or either before that it was Ben White when they had to bust up in the tunnel. He was pissed off with him. Yeah, and I told people, and I said, "Well, good. I mean, that's what because they know at that position right now you have to be held accountable." Let's go over to Jesus. Let's talk about Jesus. I mean, 2 clear-cut chances to put a ball on frame. Neither one of them were anywhere near on frame. I mean,
one went 7 yards wide from 6 yards out.
6 yards out. He didn't even go back. Lee, on the broadcast, I put it back across the face to go. It says that if the ball comes in from the right, you go right back where it came from.
Yeah, if you're on the left at the back stick, or back center, and the balls come from the right, you get taught. You're a coach. You've coached football teams to win trophies and titles. You teach them from little all the way up, bro. Head that back across the way it came.
Yep. That was
the worst way is to keeper parries it and your man's running in for a tap-in.
That what he did was the lowest percentage. He specializes a lot of times. He does it in the low. I call it the lowest percentage outcome. He's in traffic. There's two guys on him. You're facing the player. You play the way you face. Pass the ball to the open man. You go. You go open yourself up for an attack. Instead, he brings the ball down. He's trying to flick it. He's trying to be cute. He's trying to show I'm Brazilian. I'm trying to be the Samba King. And he puts the team at risk, especially when you got Zinchenko. Anytime you lose the ball, you put the team at risk when Zinchenko's in there. You put him at risk. The pluses of the day, Trossard. That's what I expect from Trossard.
Mm.
That attack was 1, 2, 3, bang.
Right.
Havertz.
One opportunity, bang.
Lee, look at the difference with Havertz. This is why I said every player affects this. If you pull one player out or you add in a player here or there that's not supposed to be in this, it starts affecting everybody. Soon as they come on, Havertz, go. Assist, go. Havertz on the pit, go. They had to go away from the side, Lee, that they were on. They had to come down the right. Instead of going down the left, because if they go down the left, it's going to slow down. It's going to stat. We lose the ball. All kinds of stuff. We got to stay on the right hand side. Jorginho, Odegaard, bang, boom, bang, go. That's the difference. That's what's going to keep us in these games. Is playing players that are competent, that have proven themselves competent since we've gotten into this year. You cannot keep going back to what you think you want to try to prove to people what last year. Well, I'm going to use the team from last year and show y'all. No, Mr. Arteta. Don't wreck yourself because you're going to mess around here. You're overthinking again, thinking that, if I do this and if I move that, no. No, go with what's worked. You saw Emmitt Smith Rowe the other night. You need to bring him up. You saw that. You go with what you see is working. These two ain't working, Lee. And for me, I've said this yesterday on my channel, and I say it today again. They need to be sold in the summer. Need to be moved on, Lee. It's time for us to bring in a better grade of player. I want people to understand. This is year 2. This is for the Badgers year 4 or 5. I've lost count now. It's been so damn long. But some of these players, Lee, we need to have a long, hard look at it and say, can they get us to we're competing for the Champions League. We're competing for the league this year.
Yep.
I would expect that everybody's expectations next year will be to win multiple trophies because it's mine. And you have to ask yourself, do we have the players? Are these fringe players good enough to do that? We had a good hard look at two of them, 2 or 3 of them, several of them actually. And it's time to move these players on so that we can bring in a better quality of player, so that we don't have to run players down in the ground.
Vieira, Jesus, Eddie, Reese, Smith Rowe potentially. There's 6 straight away. Ramsdale. Yeah. There's 7. There's 200 M's.
It's not fair.
Transfer budget. Now we can do 300 M's.
Lee, it's not fair to players like Saka. He just gets ran into the ground. The one thing is, I hope.
But again, he's played so many games, man. Yeah, so many games for somebody that young. Yeah, carrying a team for 3 years.
He's like a used car. I keep telling y'all, he's like a used Land Rover. And anybody knows about Land Rovers know after they get way up in the mileage, they're a money pit. It's no good. They look good, but it's no good. And that's the same.
Like a Rolls Royce or a Bentley. They depreciate rapid, bro.
Yeah. So I mean, we have to start thinking about adequate replacements for next year to come in. That can, even if it ain't to compete take positions, but to have something that's equal in value. It was good to see Martinelli go over there to that side today, and that's something that I think if he wants to do that this year. You take off Saka, you move Martinelli over there, you bring on Trossard, you move, whatever, however you want to do it. But that 3 up top, that was at the end of the game, they were rolling. And it was like that when we came into the year with Sheffield. All 3, just they play better. Everything moves at a faster pace when Jesus is not in this team attacking. Or when Zinchenko is not over there. When you put both of them on the same side, woe be unto us. Woe be unto us, man. We got the 3 points, Lee. We got the 3 points, Lee. I know people are going ballistic today about Bayern Munich loss, but
Bro,
people
have you seen that Ultras put a statement out?
no,
Or a
I had
banner or something out? They put some banner, Jez just told me, yeah, they put a big banner out or something at the game or a statement or something saying, yeah, UEFA, basically, F you, we're going to London. We're going to the Emirates, bruv, because they're not allowed fans at the ground, are they?
yeah. So they
I
piling
was
in.
at the ground when FC Cologne came, yeah? Bro, they had 3,000 allocation, 30,000 were in the stadium. Yeah, they
Wow.
put the game back an hour. Yeah, I got to my seats and there was 2 Germans in my seat. I was like, no, move, bro. They were like, we don't want no trouble. We're only here for the atmosphere. And they were good as gold, but they took over the whole stadium. Executive boxes, megaphones, walkie-talkies, proper organization, man. So if they've got anything about them, then we know they're coming.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, then they'll be getting on the phone to FC Com top boys and saying, how did you do that? How did you get in the ground? Yeah, they got him via the disabled exit. They just barged the stewards out of the way and just stormed the stadium.
Lee, they're going to come ready to play on Tuesday. And we also have to realize that just because they lost today, I keep telling people this is all they have to play for. So they're going to give everything that they got. They
And he's a cup manager.
Yeah, and the manager is playing for. Well, we know he's gone, but he's playing for his resume because he needs something on his resume for the next job. So we have to be ready for that game, and we have to win big, and we have to be prepared because we got to go back to the Allianz. And I keep people say, well, they're people not allowed in. I said, well, most of those guys played during COVID, so they were used to nobody in the stadium. So
they'll get in. Trust me, there'll be German fans in that stadium. There'll be a lot of them, thousands of them.
Yeah, even if it's people that work there, they might even all the people, the janitors, the stewards, the grassmen, they'll always sitting in the stands going for them. So they'll find a way around it. But we have to be prepared. The bottom line here before we shut it down, Lee, is this manager does not need to start overcomplicating things, tinkering, making unnecessary moves. Stick with what was working when the year started, and we have people in positions like Kivior and Tamiyasu. If one of them needs a break, you can switch one of those 2 out, and we can go from there. But this Zinchenko and Jesus experiment, nah, that ain't getting us over the line. Not doing it.
Make sure you sub to Southern Guna, people. I'm live again in about 10 minutes when it's going to be the quickest player ratings in the world with Jez. And then I'm on to Bilbao versus Mallorca Copa del Rey final. But listen, always love Matty. Appreciate it, man. We're out.
Yeah.